in classes, in firearms classes, sometimes it seems that the bias goes the other way, that a larger segment will believe that they should get involved at the level of deadly force in situations that I certainly wouldn't use deadly force in. And so I find myself speaking to that a lot because it can lead to such negative outcomes. I tell people that my objective is to ensure, to the best of my ability, that their techniques, tactics, training, and equipment are optimized to win 3 battles: the physical battle, the legal battle, and the moral ethical battle that may happen inside. And so I find it necessary to spend a good bit of time, and maybe I'm jaded from some expert witness work I've done and times that I've been subpoenaed to appear in court because somebody bought a gun, took no training, started carrying a gun, got in a situation and shot somebody that they weren't legally justified shooting them in. They didn't go out and criminally choose to create a criminal act. They didn't go out to rob somebody, but they used deadly force wrongfully. And so I think it's important that we balance that as an instructor. It's really important that I balance that I reach those people as well, because they've already self-selected into carrying a gun and coming to shooting school. I need to work on making sure that they understand the limitations of deadly force, that it truly is limited to deadly situations.
Which really raises the question, it's almost negligence if you choose to carry a gun and you don't contemplate these things and get proper training.
Well, you've got to get the knowledge somewhere. There's so much misinformation. There are so many Facebook memes, like we mentioned earlier, that, I'm too old to take an ass kick and I'm just going to shoot him. Well, you're just going to prison. And that we really have to combat that. As an instructor, I think it's important to get people to realize that. I get people that will quote the law to me and they'll say, well, it says this is a justified use of force. And I say, well, one of the first things to realize is in most states, the force statutes and the deadly force statutes are 2 different statutes. Mm-hmm. If you're quoting the one that says force, most of the time that specifically means it's not justifying deadly force, or it'd be over there in the other statute. So we really need to understand that the use of force and the use of deadly force are 2 completely different things in the eyes of the law, and literally never the twain shall meet, right? You're never legally authorized to use deadly force in a situation that authorizes only the use of force, particularly as a private citizen.
Yeah. And, castle doctrine is a thing where that comes up, where people are like, oh, I could shoot anybody in my house. And that's not that simple. Mm-hmm. But people come with that perspective of, but there's castle doctrine in this state or that or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And, if there's someone there, I'm going to shoot him regardless. And it's just terrifying that people want to simplify the process that much and not think through it and not internalize the consequences.